Hey guys, it's Bruce. Welcome to ConvoCourses podcast, where we talk about GRC, cyber topics. Lately, it's been a lot of people trying to get into cybersecurity or GRC, so we talk a lot about that. Um, but it's really today. It's open topics, and if you didn't know, just to give you some background on what's going on, I am been have been doing GRC, governance, risk management, and compliance for the better part of 20 years. Um, I've done other aspects of cybersecurity, such as cyber analyst work, vulnerability management, and other things, but mostly it's been compliance. So, what I've done is I just make content based off of that, like something I could talk straight off the top of my head. And today I don't really have any topics. So, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, I'm here. Like, this is an opportunity to talk to somebody who's in the field, especially if you just have questions about it. You don't necessarily want to get a course or a book or something. You just have questions. You just want to know more about it. You're in GRC and you want to know what people are talking about. I mean, what draws a lot of people to GRC is that it's a branch of cybersecurity where you're not super technical. You don't have to be super, you don't go into one thing. Like, take, for example, being a firewall guy. A firewall guy has to be super deep on one thing. They have to really know if they're on Palo Alto firewall or if they're on Cisco firewall, whatever. They have to be really deep on that one thing. They have to really, really know that. And then in addition to that, they'll have to be pretty deep on networking, IT stuff. The difference is with GRC, it's more like you have to have a real broad understanding of IT, and a broad understanding of a solid understanding of cybersecurity, and a really good understanding of whatever compliance you need to get into. And the compliance is based off of the industry or sector you have to be in. Retail, for example, uses a lot of PCI DSS, whereas government uses, like, they they're backed by regulations like FISMA, and they use a lot of NIST 800. So different industries and sectors have different rule sets and compliance. So with a GRC person, especially when you're leaning into the compliance side, you have to know more of what the organization needs to be compliant with. And so a lot of our security comes from that. And we're like doing a lot of documentation, a lot of meetings, a lot of things like that is what we're doing. And in that way, it's more like it's leans between something technical cybersecurity and like project management, because a lot of the work you're doing is that type of thing, is making sure everybody's on the same page, making sure that people are going in the same direction. So it pays pretty good, right? It pays pretty good. They're they're and I think the reason why it pays so well is because it's they're leaning on you um to do very important work for the organization. Sometimes you're you're making you're making decisions that a manager would normally have to make, or you're assisting decision makers to make their decision based off of knowing the policies and stuff. So that's what I've been doing a long time.